Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss how to write the C program for multiplication of 3 by 3 matrix. In my last lecture, we discussed three programs related to the matrix. One is how to store and print that matrix element. Second one is how to do the addition of matrix, and third one is how to do the subtraction of the matrix. Now, today we are going to discuss the multiplication of a matrix. As you know that the basic mathematics rule for the multiplication of a matrix, the row element must be multiplied with all column elements, and that all multiplications we need to add together so that we will get it the result. So this is the basic mathematics rule, and the two cases are there here to understand the matrix multiplication. First case is that if the dimension of both the matrix, if it is same, then definitely we can easily do that the addition is there. But if the dimensions are different, means rows and columns are different, then we need to consider another one case. For the matrix multiplication, the number of columns in a first matrix must be same as a number of rows in the second matrix. Then we can apply the matrix multiplications rule. But now here we have considered a 3 by 3 matrix, two matrix having a same size. So definitely we need not necessary to think about that the second case. We are simply writing the code for the multiplication part itself. So let's we try to write the code here. Here first let me assume that the few variable I, j, k, then two matrix I need to declare here having a size of 3 by 3. Here A is the first matrix, this is the second matrix, and as we want to store the result for the multiplication, so this one is as both the matrix having a 3 by 3, so definitely the final result matrix is also having the size is a 3 by 3. Okay, now we have to store and the print of the A and the B matrix, first and the second matrix. So definitely we have to give the message to that user so that this message will be displayed on that output screen. Enter first matrix 3 by 3 elements. Okay, so this is my message to that user. So that user will enter the elements. So as you know that how to store and the print that element, the two for loops are required. One is I outer loop, I is equal to 0, I less than 3, I plus plus. This is the outer loop. Then second one is inner loop, j is equal to 0, j less than 3, j plus plus. And then inside that I can write scanf %d comma ampersand a of ij. Okay, now this is the storing code, is the storing of matrix element. If I want to write print that element, so we need to write this either space separate code for it, or better way I can print it here itself. Why to waste the time and that the lines here? So I use it %d comma a of ij. Okay, so this code will store and the print that the matrix element, and as we are going to print that here itself, right, we are going to write that code, printing code is here itself. So as you know that for the printing outside the inner for loop, the slash n is required. Okay, so this is only it will store and the print the matrix A element. Same code we have to write it down for matrix B. Okay, till we are not doing that any multiplication, we are just storing and printing that matrix element. Let's we try to run this code so that your idea about this code will be clear. You will observe that here first message is enter first matrix 3 by 3 elements, means 3 by 3 is a dimension, so definitely total 9 elements are there. So let me type it 1 2 3 These are the 9 elements. This is the matrix is there. Okay, just storing and the printing. Now same code I have to once again use it. Let me try to copy it. You please don't copy that part. This is just for your practice purpose. And now I try to write it down for second matrix. The same code is required. So here I will give that message. Second matrix. Let me take this message on new line. And in place of A, I need to write it to B. Simple thing is that. Okay. Now just see that. What is that output here? Enter the first matrix 3 by 3. Let me type it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is 9. Enter the second matrix. Suppose I type it. This is my second matrix. Is it okay? Now the part it comes, we have to apply the multiplication logic. Okay. So here, let me try to write this code. It is for storing and printing of first matrix. Okay. Similar way, this code is for storing and printing of second matrix. Okay. So if you go step by step, then definitely you will easily catch this concept is there. Now we have to write the code for multiplication of matrix. As I discussed that the basic mathematics rule for the multiplication, all column elements must be multiplied with respective row element, and we have to add all these products so that your multiplication matrix will be prepared. Now to do this logic, total 3 for loops are required. So what is this logic is that, so as I start this first for in outer for loop, I is equal to 0, I less than 3, and I plus plus. Okay, then I use it second for loop, j is equal to 0, j less than 3, j plus plus. And as I want to use it another one for loop, why this for loop is required? This is the basic question. Okay, so when I try to complete this part, then definitely you will really get these things here. And now as we have considered here the third one matrix which will store the result, and at the time of declaration I just try to initialize with a 0, means all elements first I will make it as a 0 because I have to use it here. Now see that here I will try to write that code, multiplication of I j plus is equal to a of I k multiplied by b of kj. Okay. Now see that what is this? This is the basic logic for the multiplication. If you really get this logic, definitely the other part will be very simple. If you see that the mathematics rule, in that mathematics rule, how the multiplication matrix first element will get it. So the first element of a multiplication matrix is nothing but the first row of a first matrix and the first column of the second matrix. We have to do that multiplication of all these elements and we have to add together. Now here when I is equal to 0 and j is equal to 0, the multiplication matrix first element will be formed. But how it can be prepared? Here I have written that code, mul ij is equal to multiplication ij plus A of ik into B of kj. Means if I want to prepare that the first element of a multiplication of matrix, then here the first matrix I and the k, means I is remain same, it's a 0 0, k will be changing because it's a k is the inner loop, k will be change with its value 0 to 3, म्हणजे it means that a of 0 0, a of 0 1, a of 0 2, and it will be multiplied with b of kj, means 0 1 1 0 and 1 1 1 1 0, like that. You will get that the thing is that if you take it the pen and paper and if you try to write it down, the index for the matrix multiplication, then you will really get this thing is there. Otherwise, just by observing this video, it's quite difficult, as I feel that it's quite difficult to understand this logic is there. But it definitely, if you take that the pen and paper, if you take that one 3 by 3 matrix, not necessary to assume that it's a value, just consider that the index a of 0 0, a of 0 1, a of 0 2, like that. And if you try to do that the multiplication matrix with the same way, it means that with the index only, then definitely you will get it this instruction, what that mathematical instructions I have used here for the multiplication, that things you will really get it here. So this is the code for the multiplication of matrix, and now just we have to print the result. And to print the result, again similarly how I try to print that the matrix A and B, with the same logic I have to use it here. I is equal to 0, I less than 3, I plus plus, and then here I can write for j is equal to 0, j less than 3, j plus plus. And now I try to print. Here I can write percent d, comma, multiplication of I j. Okay, let me check it here first. Okay, here I need to write one more message to that user, printer slash n multiplication matrix. Okay, this is the entire code. The code is very lengthy, but if you go step by step, then definitely you will get it these things. Let me compile, let me try to run. Okay, the first matrix, if I type it 1 2 3. Okay, so to understand the result, the second matrix I will take it as a unity matrix. All elements are 1. Here the one thing it's missing from our side, we while printing the multiplication matrix, after the inner for loop I have not used printf slash n. This is missing part is there. Now once again let me try to compile, let me try to enter the first matrix element. This is the first matrix is displayed. Just to understand the first, now you can check it. Now you can do that the mathematical operation. 1 2 3 multiplied with 1 1 1 means 1 into 1 plus 2 into 1 plus 3 into 1 means 2 plus 3 5, 5 plus 1 6, means total for all multiplication matrix first element is a 6. Like that you can cross check this thing is there. Okay, so now you can do that. You can take any matrix element and you can try to print that them. It's a multiplication. Let me try to revise. Here total 3 two-dimensional arrays, means two matrices are required. One is A, B, and it's a result multiplication. So first we have to store and print the first matrix element. Second steps, we have to store and the printing of second matrix element. The third one, we have to do the multiplication. In that, the major thing is that this formula, mathematical formula is there. And then last one is just simple printing the result. This much is the code for the multiplication of a matrix. Hope that you are understood this code. Still, if you have that any doubts related to this multiplication of a matrix, you please write me the mail. Another one thing, I will share this video to you, and as well as I will try to share one PDF file or the same code. I will try to write it down in that PDF file. So it's very better thing is that you can copy that code as it is and you can try to execute if possible, and you will check that the answer is there. Okay, so today we stop here.